Praise the Lord. Thank you for tuning in with Dr. Lesia the Preacha. Today, I'd like to share with you the story of a biblical woman, and her name is Dinah. I want to share this story with you. There are different type of rumors and things out there about Dinah's story, but I just don't see it the way that it's been told in the past. I just don't see it that way. So I'm just going to share with you what I see through the Spirit, you know. But before I get started, I'd like to encourage you to click like. Please click like and also click subscribe. If you're not a member of my channel already, please click subscribe. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers still. I'm far away. I'm only at 43. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. We're at Genesis chapter 34. And it reads, "Now Dinah, the daughter of Leah, whom she had borne to Jacob." Remember Jacob? Jacob, whose name was became Israel, and he's the father of the 12 tribes of Israel, the 12 sons, his 12 sons. His sons, their names made up the 12 tribes of Israel. So that's the Jacob we're talking about here. Okay, now Dinah, their daughter, went out to see the daughters of the land. So she went on an adventure. So that's basically what happened. Dinah went on an adventure. Like a lot of young ladies do. A lot of young ladies go out and experience the world, you know. It sounds like she was a very confident, well-balanced type young woman, just based on that first sentence. But verse 2, this is where all the controversy comes in. It says, and when Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite, prince of the country, saw her. So she's traveling around, and a prince of the country, a prince, saw her. He took her and lay with her and violated her. And lay with her and violated her. Okay, that says what it says, and we'll just leave that right there. But then the very next verse is interesting. His soul was strongly attached to Dinah, the daughter of Jacob. His soul was strongly attached to her. And he loved the young woman and spake kindly to the young woman. So let's go back up to verse 2. Okay? So at this point, it may be clear that they're unmarried. They're not married. So when he laid with her, not being married, meaning not being given away by her father to him. Her family did not present her to him, did not approve, had not given prior approval. And that's where the violation came in. A lot of people look at that word violation, he violated her, as he raped her. I don't see rape here. I see that They went behind her family's back. I see that violation. Back then, you don't just get a woman. You have to have permission. You need to seek out her family. He wasn't a king. He was a prince. So he was young, dumb, chewing bubblegum too. You know what I mean? You know. So, and many may argue with me on that, and that's okay. I'm not going to argue. This is just how I see it. Okay? But when a man's soul is strongly attached to you, and he's speaking kindly to her, I believe she reciprocated. I don't believe this was rape. And if it's not rape, and if it is consensual between two adults, then I don't see a problem with it. I don't. Verse 4, so Shechem spoke to his father Hamor, saying, "Get me this young woman as a wife." Now he didn't lay with her, and he didn't fall in love with her. Now he wants to wife her. He wants to be her husband. Okay? I mean, nowadays, a woman would be ecstatic, a family, a father, would be ecstatic, would be happy to know that a prince, a man of means, wants to marry his daughter. And at this point, I believe this is Jacob's only daughter from Leah. The only daughter from Leah at this point. And Jacob heard that he had defiled. And Jacob heard that he had defiled Dinah, his daughter. Now his sons were with his livestock in the field. So Jacob held his peace until they came. Even though the prince, this young man, wanted to marry Dinah, it didn't matter because things were done out of order. That was the violation. They did things out of order. You don't lay with my daughter and then want to marry her. That's like sampling before, buying kind of thing, Then Hamor, the father of Shechem, went out to Jacob to speak with him. So man to man, father to father, let's talk about this, what happened here, and how we're going to salvage this. And you can continue to read on this story. I just wanted to point out that part of the story, but you can read on and you'll find out that her brothers killed him. The two fathers had worked out a deal. They worked out a deal. But the sons, Jacob's sons, Dinah's brothers, decided to slaughter not just him, but many people in that town, in that country. It was really sad. So, what do you make of that? I mean, this young woman finds a prince. I mean, every girl's dream to find a prince, a man of means, to love her. And then your brothers kill him. Now, it doesn't say that she loved him back, but according to the Bible, the man is supposed to love the woman. And he clearly, according to the Bible, his soul was attached to her. His soul was. Not just his penis. It wasn't just his penis. His soul was. And he wanted to marry her. But as you continue to read, her brothers killed him, and killed his household. I think the whole household was slaughtered. The men were slaughtered. Even after had made an agreement, the two fathers of Dinah and, I have a hard time saying some of these names, but Shechem. Shechem was the name of the gentleman, the prince. The prince, his name was Shechem. So, I tell you, those biblical days were horrific, horrible, horrifying. Not too different from today, to be quite honest. Not too different from today. But at least today, when a man loves a woman and his soul is attached to her and wants to wife her, most dads today don't have a problem with it. Most brothers today don't have a problem with it. Because most people want their family members, the ladies, the women in their families, to be married, especially to a man of means. But back then, in Dinah's situation, the way the laws were and the way that things were traditionally done, didn't agree with her independence. It didn't agree with her independence and her adventurous spirit. And so she lost her husband due to just cruelty, really, cruelty. And so, bottom line, in Dinah's case, I personally don't believe it was a matter of rape. I don't. I believe she met a man and they made love. He wanted to marry her, but her family's pride and traditional values couldn't tolerate their love affair, and they killed him. That's Dr. Lesia the Preacher's view of the Dinah story. Tell me what you think. I'd love to hear your input. Thank you for tuning in. Have a blessed day. Bye.